Hey everybody, another presentation of Inside Pitch Baseball, and then after this game I'll get right back to the 1977 Chicago White Sox season replay. But I did want to make a contrast and comparison to the Inside Pitch PDF set versus the printed set you get from the company. As you can see, I have two cards side by side that are both red. I was trying to get similar colors. And the Ozzie Smith 1984 set came from the Inside Pitch Company directly through the mail. This one on the right is one I printed on my card stock and cut it out. And you can see up here a little bit of a black line. I didn't cut it exactly correctly. I was kind of in a hurry. I don't really worry about the aesthetics too much. I just want the information. But there's the differences in the cards. Obviously, the one from Inside Pitch is a much higher quality. It's on perforated stock, real glossy type finish. The card that I printed off, I used 100-pound cardstock, but you can see it serves its purpose. It's very legible. All the information is right there. You just don't have that. There's, I guess, if you're looking at it a certain way, there's just something about having the original card that kind of is, neat and good, good to have. However, this set will run you about the printed sets will run you, in the neighborhood of $50 thereabouts, depending on which year you get. And these printed sets, you can buy the PDF for $15. Obviously, a lot cheaper, but you're going to spend the money on ink and on cardstock. But the 67 set, the reason why I bought PDF on 67 is because I'm really only interested in the American League. So rather than have to buy the whole year and not play with the National League set hardly any, I decided to go ahead and do the PDF of the 67 set. And there's fewer teams back in 1967, so it didn't take quite as much to print them all off. But as you can see, had I been a little sharper with my, cutting here, it would have looked very, very nice. Not as nice as the cards you get directly from the company, which is to be expected. They've got professional grade equipment and all that good stuff. But also, you're going to pay more for that, obviously. So, it's nice quality. They're definitely worth the price. To splurge maybe once in a while and get a printed set. I wouldn't buy a whole bunch of printed sets of these because I just don't have all that kind of money. But I will buy one once in a while as a treat. And the PDF ones, like I said, for $15, I don't think you can beat it. Particularly the 2018 set, $71, I believe, for the printed set. The PDF, I believe, is $18. Now, granted, there's a lot more teams. You can use a lot more paper and a lot more ink. But depends on, there is some sweat equity, so to speak, in doing these because you got to print them out on your computer and then cut them and try to cut them correctly and everything, where these already come in sheets from the company and all you have to do is unperforate them and you'll have it. So just wanted to show that, compare and contrast as to, if you thought it was worth it to buy the printed set directly from the company, or like I said, if you're on a more of a budget, you can go this way. Particularly if you just, let's say for instance, you wanted to play out the 1975 World Series, and that was the only thing you cared about in 1975. Well, get over the PDF, just print out the Reds and the Red Sox, and you'd be all set for $15, as opposed to paying $50-something for the whole season and then maybe not using them quite as much. So there's different options, theories as to why you'd want the PDF of a player, of a team rather, or a season. But then again, like I said, I can't match this quality in my home. This is professional grade type stuff. So the old expression, you pay for what you get. But for playing the game, these are quite adequate because all the information is right there. And speaking of playing a game, I'm going to play a game with the 1967 Cleveland Indians that I printed off against the 1967 Washington Senators. And that's coming up as soon as I put everything away and get the game set up. Okay, that was very strange. I had thought I'd paused the video. Apparently it was still running while I was rearranging things, so hopefully that didn't freak anybody out too bad. All right, so we got Sam McDowell for the Indians and Camilo Pascual for the Senators. And we're going to go ahead and get going here. I need to put in Duke Sims. I had to wipe something out to get him in there. All right, so now we're ready to go. Camilo Pascual facing Vic Davalillo. Get a 4-1. 4-1 on Pascal is a potential error on a ground out. For Davalillo's card, 6-1. It's a single to right field, so there is no worry about an error. It is simply a single for Davalillo. Now, Davalillo's attempt rating is a 3, so we will roll and see if anything happens there. It's a 7. There's nothing happening, so we go on to Max Alvis, third baseman. 6-3. That's blank on Pascual. Alvis, 4-1. Question mark 8. And against a right-hander, the question mark 8 goes up to 7. The D20 is a 19, so it's out of range there. So it's simply a fly to center for out number 1. Brings up Chuck Hinton. 2-5 is a strikeout chance. His strikeouts are 11 versus a righty. -1 from DC Stadium makes it a 10. This is a 6, so he does strike out because that's less than 10. So 2 down. And that brings up Rocky Colavito. 1-4, strikeout chance again, but that's a 15. That's way too high. It's not going to fall in Colavito's range. We go to Colavito's card to finish the at-bat. 3-6. Starline 6, which means we go over here to a fly to center, and that's going to end the inning. So top of the first, nothing doing for the Tribe. They go pretty quietly. So now we'll move on to Sudden Sam McDowell of the Indians. He will be in there to face leadoff hitter Eddie Brinkman. All glove, no hit, Eddie Brinkman. 2-3. 2-3 is a strikeout chance. Brinkman's strikeout against a lefty is an 8, but -1 from DC Stadium makes it a 7. So instead of being a strikeout with this 8, Brinkman's going to get another chance. Finish out Brinkman's at bat. 4-2. 4-2 is a Starline 1, which is a ground ball to second. So 1 away, and that's going to bring up Tim Cullen. 4-6. 4-6 off McDowell is a potential walk. And let's see here. So the walk is a 12. -1's 11. That's a 7, so it will be a walk. Tim Cullen does draw the walk. So 1 away, and Cullen is aboard. Let's see about Cullen's attempt rating. I forgot to check that. It's only a 1. So most likely not. Well, it's a 2, so that means we've got a hit and run. So a hit and run from Fred Valentine. See what he can do on the hit and run. 1-3 is a walk chance. He will not walk, so it will be he will get to swing away at this. It's a 1-1. That's a single to right on a hit and run. How about that? So hit and run, a single to right field. I'll double check the charts, but you would think just by reason that he would make it to third base. So it says here all base runners get a +2 on their BR rating on a hit and run. So Cullen was a BR3, it becomes a 5. And then on the runner advance chart, to go from first to third on a single to right, you add 2, that makes it a 7. So he's going to get there automatically. It's not even going to be a throw. So runners are now at the corners, and Valentine's got a 3 for his attempt rate. And it is a 3, so he's going to try to steal. And he's a good stealer, obviously. Stole 17 bases. That's a 17. McDowell's a -4, though, so he's good at holding runners. That makes it a 13. And then Sims is a +1, makes it a 14. So 1 to 14, he will make it. And he's out. Got caught stealing, so Fred Valentine got greedy. And instead of runners on the corners and 1 out for Frank Howard, they kind of run themselves out of an inning. Although Frank Howard still has a chance, but now a runner at third and 2 outs. 6-3 is a ballpark chance with that @ sign, so we're going to DC Stadium. 4-3. 4-3 is a single +7, so that means it's a base hit for Frank Howard. Now the +7 means he's going to try to stretch a single into a double, which is probably not a good idea. He's only a BR of 1, so we'll double check that and make sure that there's not an option here to not do that. Let's see if he has to go. He may have to. The rules may state that he has to. So let's see where to go here. So roll. Yep, so we're checking the outfielder arm, and the base hit was to left. So the outfielder's arm in left field is Hinton. He's a 0. So basically, he has to roll a 1 to be safe. Anything else, he's out going for 2. And he's out trying to stretch it, so he's out 7-4 to end the inning. But the run did score first. So the run does come across for the Senators. And at the end of 1 inning, it is 1-0 in favor of Washington. And let's see what the Indians can do to respond. Camilo Pascual will be facing, to start things off, Fred Whitfield, first baseman. Whitfield 6'3" is blank on Pascual's card. Go over to Whitfield's card, 6'2", it's a fly to center. So he's out of there, 1 away. Whitfield gone. Here's Duke Sims, the catcher. 6'6" is a lefty. Sims is a lefty. It's a walk plus. His walk is an 11. -1 from the stadium is a 10, but you add 10 for the plus. That's a 20. So even with a 19, he's going to walk. So that walk plus came into play there. And Duke Sims, his attempt is a 2. And there is a 2, so he's going to try to steal. Maybe these strategy rolls aren't working out. All right, so it's a 10. Let's see here. Actually, it's not going to be a steal because the hold rating on Pascual is a -1, so that reduces him to a 1. So the fact this was a 2 means that's a hit and run. So we're going to switch off to a hit and run for Vern Fuller. Almost didn't catch that, but that first number on the stolen base is his hold rating. The second number is the stolen base effect rating. All right, we get a 3-2 on Pascual, and that's a possible hit by pitch. He is a -3, which brings him down to a 10. But that's a 5, so it will be a hit by pitch. So hit and run is no effect because the batter is hit by the pitch. So runners at first and second with 1 out. And Larry Brown, the shortstop, is up 6-6. It's a walk plus if he's a lefty, but he's a righty, so it's blank. We go to Larry Brown's card. 3-6 on Larry Brown is a G5 potential double play. He's a 2 on the double play rating. The pivot man is the second baseman Cullen. He's a 0. And Pascual adds nothing. So a 1-2 is a double play. And it's a 1, so it is a double play. It's a 5-4-3 around the horn. Double play to end the inning. Nothing doing for the Tribe. Even though they got a couple of guys on, it didn't work out for them. So we go to the bottom of the second. And it'll be Ken McMullen, third baseman, facing Sam McDowell. 6-6, potential walk, and it will be because that's a 10, and that's only a 5, even with a -1. That 9, 5 is still less than 9, so the walk will hold up. McMullen does have a 1 attempt rating. Nothing on the stolen base chance, no pickoff chance. Here's Cap Peterson. 6'3" is back to the ballpark, DC Stadium. And Peterson, a 4-4 on the stadium card, is a G6, so potential double play. He does have a 3 double play rating, 0 from McDowell. Check the second baseman pivot, and second baseman is Fuller, he's a 0. So 1-3 is a double play. It's a 6 though, so that means the runner is going to, it's going to be a, I'm thinking he advances, but then again, I thought you had to have a higher VR rating than that. But trying to remember on the ground outs. Roll of 6, only play is batter at first. That's what I thought. I thought if it was a 6, the only play was at first. So it's a 6-3 double play, ground out rather. McMullen will take second base. So McMullen's at second with 1 out for Dick Nen, first baseman. Lefty on lefty. 6-6 is a walk chance. That D20 is a 19, so there will not be a walk. We go back to Dick Nen. 6-2, it's a ground ball to second, and that's going to move the runner to third, but now there are 2 outs for Paul Casanova. Now the pitcher is on deck, so they could walk Casanova intentionally, or if they think they can get Casanova, they can go ahead and go after him and have the pitcher lead off next inning, so they're going to do that. Sam McDowell doesn't want to back down from anybody. 3-4, strikeout chance, but no strikeouts, so we go to Casanova's card. 4-6, and he paid for it, double to center field, so Sam McDowell got a little prideful, thought he could get him out, and Casanova Made him pay the price. And it's the RBI double. It's 2-0 Senators. Here's Pasquale. 6-5. Strikeout plus chance. He will strike out. No, he won't, actually. I thought he would, but actually he only has a 7 strikeout rate. The plus chance makes it a 17. -1 makes it a 16. So he will not strike out because that's an 18. So it's more than the 16. So even with the strikeout plus, he won't strike out. 2-4. He's actually going to single to first base. How about that? Camille Pasquale. And let's see if the runner can advance. Casanova, an S3. You have to have a 4 through a 6 in order to score. And Pasquale has a 2. You get 1 extra for there being 2 outs. It's only a 3, so he will not advance to home. He will only go to third. But runners at the corners now with 2 outs. Top of the order, Ed Brinkman. 1-1 is a blank against a righty. So we go on to Brinkman's card. 5-5 is a star line 2, and that's a ground ball to third. The inning is over. But the gamble by McDowell did not pay off as Camilo Pasquale greeted him with a double. And after 2 complete, it is 2-0 Senators. I'm going to try to keep from calling them Nationals if possible. But I'll probably slip up at least once. All right, here is Sudden Sam McDowell. Let's see what he can do with the bat. He hit 183 on the 67 season. 4-6 is a home run question mark. Against a lefty, it's a 1 to 15 chance. That's an 8, so we're going to go to the home run check. He does have a 5, so if we roll a 1 through a 5, he'll hit a home run. And he does. How about that? Sam McDowell, Sudden Sam, had 1 homer on the year. Just hit one right there. Sam McDowell. Sudden Sam was sudden with the bat. And it's 2-1. Here's top of the order, Davalillo, 2-5. Strikeout chance, but that 18, or rather 16, is way too high. So we'll go to Davalillo's card to finish. 3-4. Starline 1, that's a ground ball to second. And there's 1 away. So 1 down for Max Alvis. Alvis, a 5-1, and that's a strikeout chance. And a 5 is going to fall within that category. Even with the -1 from the stadium, it's not going to make it low enough. So, strikeout for Max Alvis. Here's Chuck Hinton. 2-1 is blank on Pascal. Go to Hinton's card. 3-1. Ground ball to third. Innings over. So, Sudden Sam's solo homer to lead off the third to put the Tribe on the board. We go to the bottom of the third. It is 3-1. And Sudden Sam will come back out to see what his pitching can do. He's going to face Tim Cullen, second baseman, to lead things off for the Senators. 4-1 is a strikeout chance. Strikeout against the lefty's only a 4, though, so that's going to be out of range. The 6 is too high. Finishes up on Cullen's card. We get a 4-2. 4-2 is a single against a lefty. It would have been a ground to second against a righty, but against a lefty, it's an S4. So Cullen with a leadoff single. His attempt rating is a 1, so not likely to go anywhere, but you never know. Nope, 4, just missed the hit and run. So we go to Fred Valentine. 3-1 is a walk plus chance, and he will walk. So that puts 2 on. So Sudden Sam not doing so well pitching. Did okay hitting, but running into some problems with the pitching aspect. Here's Frank Howard, 4-1 strikeout chance, and he will strike out with that 2 on the D20. That's going to strike out most everybody. So there's 1 away for Ken McMullen. 6-6 is a walk chance, and he will walk with that 5 on there, so it's a bases loaded situation for Cap Peterson, right fielder. As these cards are sticking together, the ones I printed kind of sticking together on me a little bit. All right, here's Cap Peterson. Sudden Sam, 2-1. Against a lefty, it would have been a single, but against a righty, it's blank. So we go to Cap Peterson's card to finish the at-bat. 2-3 is a star line 3. That's a ground ball to third. Could be a double play. They are at double play depth. So it could be a double play. He's got a 3 rating, and the pivot again is a 0. So if this is a 1, 2, or 3, it is a double play. And it is. It's a 1, so it's a 5, 4, 3 around the horn. Double play, and that gets the Indians out of it. After 3 complete, it is 2-1 Senators. And Sam McDowell got out of a mess. Pitcher's best friend, double play. All right, we now go to Camilo Pascual. 6'5". 6'5" for Pascual is the ballpark symbol. It's a 4-2. 4-2 is a question mark 7. And it's an 18, but the question mark only goes to 15, so there will not be a hit. It'll be a fly to left. So Calavito flies to left for out number 1. Here now it's Camilo Pascual. 6'5". 6'5" is the ballpark again. We just had that. So we're going to try it again. 6'3", and a 6'3" on the ballpark is blank. So we're going to the unusual or rare play. Roll a red and a white die for that with the bases empty rare play chart. 4-1. 41 says shallow pop up to left that the shortstop chases but doesn't hear the left field call, and they collide. Resolve like a pop 6 range play and check for injury. Well, I'm not doing injury, but we are going to check the range of the shortstop Brinkman, who does have a great range. He's got 5. So unless this is a 6, he will make the play, and he does. So he gets it and shakes off the collision. 2 down as he ran right into Frank Howard. It's a good thing. You would think Frank Howard would have injured him, but he somehow avoided it. 5-4. You would think you'd hear Frank Howard coming, too. 5-4 is blank for the pitcher. You go to Duke Sims. 5-2. That is a star line 4, which is a ground ball to first, and that's going to end the inning. So nothing doing for the Indians here in the top of the 4th. We go to the bottom of the 4th, still 2-1, favor of the Senators. Here's Dick Nen, first baseman, lefty on lefty against McDowell. 5-5. Wild pitch, so we're going to check or call it a foul ball and keep going. 2-3. 2-3 is a strikeout chance, but the 18's way too high. So no strikeout. We go to Dick Nen to finish. 1-3. He's going to ground to first. One first baseman grounds to the other as Whitfield puts it away. Here's Paul Casanova. 2-1. Against a righty, it's a blank. So we go to Casanova's card. 1-2. 1-2 is a fly to center. 2 down as Davalillo hauls it in. And that'll bring up the pitcher, Pascual. Hit 176 on the season. 5-6. 5-6 is a foul ball again with nobody on base. 6-2 is a range play at DC Stadium. So we'll go to DC Stadium. Check the range. 1-2. 1-2 is a ground ball in front of the plate. So we're checking the range on Duke Sims. And Duke Sims' range is only a 2. So it's a 4. It's a failed range play. So that's going to be a little infield number hit for the pitcher Pascual, who is actually 2 for 2 in the game. How you like that? 2 for 2, and Sam McDowell hits a home run. Who needs a DH? All right, here's Eddie Brinkman. 3-6 is a strikeout plus, so Brinkman gets the lefties an 8, -1's a 7, but you strike out plus you add 10, so 17, 13 fits, so that's going to end the inning. But both pitchers are 3 for 3 with 2 singles and a home run, so take that, DH. All right, we go to the 5th. Pascual taking on Vern Fuller, second baseman. 1-4, that's a strikeout chance, and he's going to get it. 11, even though it's a -1, it's a 10, but that is a 9, so it falls in that category. Less than 10, and it works. Struck him out. Here's Larry Brown. Getting to a double play his first time. 3-2, it's possible hit by pitch. It's a -3 there. Knocks this down to a 5, but that's a 2, so he's going to get plunked. So even though he's got a -3, he's hit 2 batters, as the Cleveland batters are prone to be hit. All right, Larry Brown's got an attempt of 1. Nothing happening, so we move on to Sudden Sam. Now, you could bunt here, but he hit the home run last time, so he's feeling good for himself. He's going to swing away. 2-2 is a strikeout chance. Should have bunted. And there's 2 down. So Sam suddenly strikes out. Here's Vic Davalillo, 4. So he's become Sad Sam now. 4-6, home run chance. Against a lefty, it's a 1-15, but that's a 17, so no home run chance. We go straight to Davalillo's card to finish 3-3. He flies to left, and that's going to end the inning as Frank Howard puts it away. And the game is now official. We played 4.5 with the home team ahead, 2-1. So if there is a rain delay of some sort, it would be official. But we're in the living room, so there's no rain delay, hopefully. If we got a rain delay in the living room, we're in trouble. All right, here's Tim Cullen, 4-3. Off McDowell is a possible hit by pitch. McDowell is a 0 on that rating. He's only a 2. That's a 15. There is no hit by pitch. So Cullen finishes the at-bat 6-5. It's a star line 3. Ground ball to third. 1 away. Here's Fred Valentine, switch hitter, batting right. 3-5, strikeout chance. And with a 2 there on the D20, that's going to do it. Valentine is gone. 2 up, 2 down for Big Frank Howard, Hondo, as he's called. 2-2 is a possible error if there is a grounder. 4-2. 4-2 is a single past third because of the lefty-righty split. Single past third. So no error because we're going to say that single went right on through without being a ground ball. It's going to be a line drive single. So, plus I think and the D20 was pretty high, so no error. Even if I had to check it, I think it was no error. Picked it up now, it's too late. All right, here is Ken McMullen. 3-1 is a walk plus chance. This is a 19 as it was rolled. But the walk is still going to be a 19 because that's a 10 minus 1 is a 9 plus 10 is a 19. That's 19. It is a walk. Sometimes the D20 gets a little ambitious and rolls farther away than I would like. Here's McDowell. 4-2. Error on a throw potentially. 3-3. Ground ball to third, so there will be the throw. We're checking on the error of Max Alvis. His error rating's an 8. That's a 5. It will be an error. So let's check the error chart and see what we get. Failed error check on a G5. Failed error check on the throw, G5. And that is a throwing error, 2-base error, because it was on the throw. So that is a 2-base error. That's going to allow a run to score. So Max Alvis threw it down the right field line, E5, and that will score Frank Howard and move Peterson to third. No RBI, of course, because of the error. But it's 3-1 Senators. Here's Dick Nen, 4-5. 4-5 for Dick Nen is a strikeout chance, but that's a 20 on the D20, so no strikeout. Dick Nen, 4-5. Ground ball to short. That's going to end the inning. But another run comes across, and at the end of 5, it's 3-1 in favor of the Senators. Shoddy defense by the Indians, costing them right there. All right, and here's the perpetrator in question, Max Alvis, trying to redeem himself from this 2-base error he just made. And he's 0-2 at the plate with a strikeout, so he's had a rough day. 6-3 is blank for Pasquale, so now Alvis gets to be the determiner of his own fate. 4-6, and he's going to fly to left, so he's now 0-3 with an error. Wait a minute, 4-6. Did I read that correctly? 4-6. Yeah, fly to left. Okay, I'm making sure I was reading the right column. Sometimes I have a tendency to read the wrong column. All right, here's Chuck Hinton. 1-3 is a home run chance. And against a righty, that's an 11 home run chance. That's a 3, so it is a home run. There's no question mark, nothing to check. Straight home run for Chuck Hinton. So Chuck Hinton goes deep. And 2 solo home runs is all Pasquale has given up, so that's why he's still leading 3-2. Those home runs have been solo shots, haven't been 2 or 3 run homers. Here's Colavito, 4-2. 4-2 foul ball because it's wild. 2-5 is a strikeout chance. No strikeout because of the 7 is higher than the 6 minus the 1 is the 5. So we go to Colavito, and against a right-hander, he's going to ground to short. Would have singled against a lefty, but Against the righty, he's going to ground to Brinkman for out number 2. Brings us to Fred Whitfield, first baseman. 6'5", ballpark card. That little @ sign, so we go straight to the ballpark card. 6'4", that's a pop-up. I'm sorry, it's a fly out to left field. I was looking at 6'5". Fly out to left, Frank Howard pulls it in. But the run comes in on the Chuck Hinton home run. Cuts the lead to 3-2 as we go to the bottom of the 6th. And so maybe Sam McDowell can get a little boost by that run support. Here's going to face the bottom of the order, Paul Casanova, then Pasquale. 6-2 is a range play at DC Stadium. 2-6, that's a fly to center, so we're checking the range of the center fielder, Davalillo. He's a 3. So this has to be a 3 or less for Davalillo to haul it in. And it's not, it's a 6. So now we're going to check a failed range play. A 1 means it's just a single. 5 or 6, it would have been a double, but it's just a single for Casanova. But that does allow Pasquale to bunt. So let's check Pasquale, see if he wants to bunt. Although he is 2 for 2, so it's kind of almost tempting to let him swing away, but I guess for posterity's sake, we should have him bunt. His bunt rating is a 3. So we go over here to the 3, roll 1d20 and see what happens. At least that's the way I play bunts. Other people might play it differently, but that's the way I play the bunts. 16, get the lead runner. So the lead runner is out. Lead runner thrown out. Hitter safe at first. So who threw him out? Well, let's roll one die and figure it out. Well, it wouldn't be the shortstop. That wouldn't make any sense. So we'll just say it's the third baseman. How about that? I'm not keeping defensive stats, which is a one-off game. So we'll call it a 5-4. I'm sorry, a 5-4. It's not a sacrifice hit. It's a fielder's choice, dummy. Good thing I got white out here. I'll come back to that. I've got the tape stuff too, but not with me, so I'm using the white out. So it is a 5-4 fielder's choice to get the lead runner. And we'll come back. We know that Pasquale's on first with the fielder's choice. All right, one away. And that will bring up Ed Brinkman. 4-6. Potential walk, and he will walk. So Eddie Brinkman draws a 1-out walk, and that puts 2 on. 2 on with 1 out for Tim Cullen. 5-1's a strikeout chance, and he will not strike out. He's only a 4, -1 is a 3, so even though it's a 6, it's above the 3, so no strikeout there. Cullen doesn't strike out much, particularly against lefties. 6-1, he's going to fly to center. This time Davalillo will haul it in. 2 down. And that sends us to Fred Valentine, center fielder, switch hitter. 3-4. 3-4 is a strikeout chance, and with a 1 there, that's a guaranteed strikeout. And the inning is over. So 6 innings are in the books. Now I can go ahead and put the fielder's choice here. All right, so 6 innings are in the books here at DC Stadium, and it is a 3-2 Senators lead. Now we're hitting to the 7th, so we got to start looking at fatigue factors. 25 is the batters faced for Pascal. 27 for McDowell. Now McDowell has actually faced 30, so he's pushing the borderline here of fatigue. And Pascal has faced a total of 23, so he's pushing the borderline. So the bullpen for both teams is active. For the Senators, they will have right-hander Casey Cox. He will be loosening in the pen. And for Cleveland, they will also throw out a right-hander in their bullpen by the name of Steve Bailey. So Steve Bailey is loosening for the Indians. Right now, it's Duke Sims facing Pascal. 5-6 is a potential walk. This is an 18, so that's going to be above the walk range. No walk. 2-4. Sims, 2-4. He's going to single past first base, so that's a leadoff single for Duke Sims. And that now, he's got an attempt of 2. We'll see if he does anything with it. He does not. So Vern Fuller is up. could bunt, but you don't really play to tie on the road most cases. 5-1 strikeout chance, but that's a 20. He's not gonna strike out. So we'll go to Fuller's card to finish up. 3-3. He flies to center, so maybe we should have bunted. But we're getting to the bottom of the order too, so that might have had something to do with it as well. Here's Larry Brown, 5-6. Potential walk again, and he will walk. So that puts 2 on now with only 1 out, and the pitcher McDowell is up, and they will pinch hit for McDowell, obviously. So McDowell will exit, and we'll get a pinch hitter, Leon Wagner. Will pinch hit for McDowell. So Leon Wagner, lefty, will pinch hit for Mr. McDowell. See what McDowell can do. And a lefty has joined Casey Cox in the bullpen. That lefty being Darryl Knowles. So Darryl Knowles is also loosening in the pen. So here's Wagner. 3-5 is a strikeout chance, but that's an 18, so he's not going to strike out. Go to Wagner's card. 1-1 is a ground ball to the pitcher. This could be a double play. This double play reads a 1, nothing there. The pivot with a lefty on the as a hitter, the pivot would be the shortstop Brinkman. He's got a 1, so that makes this a 2. A 1 or 2 will be a double play. It's a 4, so it's not going to be a double play. Let's check the runner at second. I'm sorry, at first, Larry Brown, his BR rating has to beat a 4 for the runners to advance. He's a 3, so it's not going to advance. It's going to be a fielder's choice. We'll call it 1-6 on the fielder's choice. And Sims will go to third. So now runners are at the corners with 2 outs. Wagner's a 1 attempt rating, but nothing doing there. So now we're back to the top of the order, and Davalillo. Big spot here for Pasquale. 1-3. Oh, goodness, that's a home run chance. But his home run's only a 2. This is a 3. Ooh, good thing he was facing a guy that doesn't hit home runs. So Davalillo, no home run, so we'll go finish the at-bat. 5-6. He's going to ground to second. And with that grounder to second, that is out number 3 to end the inning. So there were already 2 outs. So dodging a major bullet there is Pasquale. And we go on now to the bottom of the 7th, and we get a new pitcher in for the Indians, and it will be the aforementioned Steve Bailey. So Steve Bailey is on. Steve Beetle Bailey. And that's going to be all for Pasquale. His day is done. And they will be looking to bring in Casey Cox. Casey Cox will be the new pitcher in the top of the 8th. All right, so right now, Steve Bailey is on. So we'll put Bailey in here. And Bailey, 6 innings pitched for McDowell. All right, so Bailey is on. He's going to face Frank Howard. So right into the fire already, facing Big Hondo. Here to start the bottom of the 7th. 6-5 is against a lefty, it would have been a home run chance. Against a righty, it's a strikeout chance, and Hondo is going to strike out. So big difference there for Bailey. That was against a lefty. That would have been a home run, most likely. All right, here's McMullen. 4-2 for McMullen. 4-2 is a walk plus, so that will be a walk. McMullen draws the 1-out walk. His attempt rating is a 1, so most likely not going to go anywhere, but we'll roll it anyway. And he's not. So Cap Peterson, the batter. Right fielder, 4-1. Strikeout chance, but he's only a 9. -1's an 8. That's an 11. That's out of range. Go to Peterson's card, 4-1. 4-1's a star line 2. And a star line 2 is a ground ball to second, so potential double play. He's a 3. That's a 0 from Bailey. And the pivot man is, let's see here, the pivot guy, make sure I got this right. 4-1 is a star line 2, which is a ground ball to second. So pivot guy is a shortstop. Brown, he's a +1. So that makes it a 4. So 1 to 4 will be a double play. To 5, so it's going to be a fielder's choice. Peterson is on. 4-6 fielder's choice. He was able to beat the relay throw just barely. And now that brings up Dick Nen. And then 6-3 is blank for Bailey. I'm sorry, 6-3 is a walk. My bad. I was looking at 6-2. There's a 12. So 12 is above the walk ratio, so we go straight to Nen's card. 1-1, he's going to fly to right, and that's the end of the inning. I have a bad tendency to prematurely pick up those dice when I should be looking to make sure there's nothing else going on, but that happens from time to time. Hopefully not as often as it seems. All right, so now we're going to get a new pitcher for the Senators, and we'll take a timeout. Okay, new pitcher is Casey Cox, and we also had a double switch. Casey Cox will go in and bat in the cleanup spot formerly held by Frank Howard. But Frank Howard's not a very good defender, so they want to take him out as he, batted kind of recently. And the new left fielder is going to be Hank Allen. He's a 3, so a little bit better defender. And Hank Allen will bat in the number 9 position. So right now, Max Alvis, the batter, against Casey Cox. We get a 5-4. So Pascal goes 7 innings, and I forgot to write Casey Cox in here. All right. So a 5-4 for Casey Cox against a right-hander is a strikeout chance, but 12 is too high, so we go to Alvis's card to finish the at-bat. 6-5, it's a ground ball to short, and there is one away. So Alvis is retired. Alvis has left the building. Here's Chuck Hinton. 3-4 against a lefty. It's a walk chance. Against a righty, it is a strikeout chance. Hinton's a righty, so it's a strikeout chance. That's a 4. He will strike out. So that's 2 down for Rocky Colavito. But one swing of the bat could tie the game, so you got to be careful. 6-6 is blank on Cox. So we go over to Colavito's card. 5-6, he's going to fly to left. That's going to end the inning. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Still a 3-2 game, and Steve Bailey is going to stay in for a second inning of work. Casey Cox is going to stay in and try to complete the save if possible. Although they do still have Darryl Knowles lurking in the bullpen. All right, here's Paul Casanova. 5-4. Possible error. 3-6 is a star line 5, which is a ground ball to third. So we're checking the error on Alvis. He's an 8. That's a 14, so no error. As 14 is higher than 8, obviously. So good play. And now here's Hank Allen for his first at bat, coming in on the double switch, which you can't do when you have a DH. 3-6. I guess you technically could do it, but it's not traditionally. 3-6 is a strikeout chance, and he will strike out. Hank Allen is gone, but he's in there for his defense primarily. Here's Brinkman, 5-3, and that's a possible hit by pitch. He's a +6, so that turns Brinkman from an 8 to a 14. He would have been hit anyway because that's a 6. So a hit by pitch, so maybe that's a little retribution for having 2 of the Indians batters get hit. We don't know. Check Brinkman for his attempt rating. He's a attempt of 1, so most likely not going to go anywhere. And he will not. So that brings up Tim Cullen. Oops, 5-3. 5-3 is another hit by pitch chance. +6, add to the 2 is an 8. That's an 8. So back-to-back hit by pitches. So this could be a little grumbling from the dugout here of the Senators. We'll make sure nothing's happening. The umpires are keeping things in check. But if he does it again, he's out of there. For sure. All right, here is Fred Valentine. 2-2. That's a double question mark. Against the switch hitter batting left, a double question mark, a 1 through 16 is a single. That is a 6. So it will be a single for Fred Valentine. And with 2 outs, Brinkman's going to almost guaranteed to score. We'll check the run rating. He's a BR of 3, but he gets the boost to make him a 4. And on an S1, all you need is a 1 through 6 to score, and a 4 through 6 you get to third from first. Cullen is a 3, but with the boost of 2 outs, he becomes a 4, so he will make it to third on that single, and it's a big insurance run turned in by Fred Valentine, so they're paying back Mr. Bailey for the hit by pitch. And now we've got the pitcher spot because of the double switch. So they might just go ahead and let Cox hit He does not have a pitcher hitting card, so what the game provides is a generic pitcher hitting card. And so we'll pull that out. This says pitchers 67 Washington, so if you don't have a particular exact card, you just use that one. Bailey 1-5 is blank, so we're going to this pitcher hitting card, which is not very good, obviously. 5-5 struck him out. So that's going to end the inning, but the extra insurance run is now a 4-2 game as we go to the top of the ninth. Top of the ninth, last chance for the Indians. It's Fred Whitfield. 6-5 is blank off of Cox. 3-2 is a single past first base. And I know I'm almost running out of space on my video because of that thing that when it shouldn't have been running. 5-6 is a blank against a lefty, so we keep going with that. 4-2. 4-2 is question mark 9. And a question mark 9, we got a 6 here, which is a single. So a single to right field. And we'll check runner advancement. I'll pause it while we do that. All right, runners at the corners for Vern Fuller. 5-1. Strikeout plus chance, and he will strike out. So Vern Fuller, a big strikeout there, one away for Larry Brown. And then we got a pinch hitter coming up after Brown because the pitcher spot is up. 4-4. He's not tired, so it won't be a single. 5-1 is a fly to left, 2 down. And we'll pause for a pinch hitter. Okay, last chance for the Indians is Lee May, 3-2. That is blank, so we go to May's card. 4-2, fly to left, ball game is over. So that's going to do it. Final score, Washington 4, Cleveland 2.